Well, hope you all had a great Christmas. Welcome to one of two Immaterial Gamers pre-recorded podcasts. No live casts for the Christmas period because we're not live streaming on a Christmas day or on a New Year's Day. But like I said, by the time this comes out, we've already had Christmas. I absolutely enjoyed my turkey dinner.
Don't like turkey.
Well, you could have a nut roast.
What?
Right?
Oh,
It's a vegetarian. It's a vegetarian roast dinner. So
generally have chicken.
Still no.
everyone's saying no. Great.
Probably-
They've already refused the dinners that they've had. Look, I'm
we
trying
do-
to put it in a situation where we're recording from the future. No, it's definitely not. It's definitely not the Tuesday before Christmas.
What are you on about?
uh,
It's New Year.
yeah. I'm nursing over the epic hangover. This doesn't work because this comes out before New Year. Anyway, it doesn't matter. Welcome.
There you go.
Can't see it. It's some sort of Copperberg alcohol. There we go. We're not sponsored. Right. Yeah. So this is going to be, these next couple of podcasts are going to be shorter than they normally would be because it's our end of year podcast and we're not going to sit there and talk about news because it'd be so out of date. So might as well just get straight into this. I'm Ryan, and above me to the left is D. Found them. They were hiding in some tall grass. We eventually captured them and roped them into a podcast. And then up to the right is Stefan.
You can't see me, I can't see you.
What's that, Stefan?
I didn't do it.
Steph didn't do it. Steph definitely didn't walk into the tall grass and find a wild D.
You can't see me, so I can't see you.
Oh,
That's the rules, right?
we can see you.
I called it a chimcha.
A chimcha. Lovely. Welcome. So the idea behind this is just going to be a quick podcast, and the theme of it is games we've played that we've enjoyed this year. So that's the rule. There's a couple of games that each of us have chosen. I've chosen two as well, but I will split this between this podcast and the next one you'll see or hear. So we'll just go around in order, and it's basically, the rules of this is any game that you have played for the first time this year. It doesn't necessarily have to have been a game that has come out in 2022, though it helps for our kind of fake Game of the Year stuff, but, it's fine. It's the games that we enjoyed, and that's how we always do it. That's how we've done it before. It's how we'll continue doing it. Steph shakes his head, but then again, he doesn't enjoy much. He is our Scrooge of the podcast, and you know what? He's not denying it. He's agreeing with me, so that's how it works. So we're going to go around in the weird circle. Well, I say circle. We're going to start with D, then we'll go with Steph.
Around in the triangle of love.
The triangle of love. This is the triangle of love, everyone. It's just how it's just going to work. Yeah, so start with D, who will choose one of their two games. Steph will choose one of theirs. I'll choose mine, and then we'll go back to the other two, and then we'll wrap up. I'll repeat the process with who I've currently got. I've got my other two people. Hopefully. We'll find out next week if it didn't happen. But yeah, so D, you've had some time. You've had like 45 minutes since I roped you into this. So what is your first of your two games that you've played this year that you've enjoyed?
Well, I'm going to put Deathloop on my top of my list.
Deathloop. Good. It's a good choice. Deathloop, the
like
game by Arcane Studios and Bethesda, released on PC and PlayStation 5 in September last year, released on Xbox Series consoles this year, and on Game Pass. Please continue, D.
I just like the fact that it does get a little bit tedious doing the later bits, where you've got like mop up, but figuring out how to do stuff.
So like the loop, let's backtrack slightly on this. What is Deathloop as a game? What type of game is it? And
you play through the same day. It's Groundhog Day.
Yeah, it's Groundhog Day, the video game.
Start on an island with you and Julia are the only two that remember what happens every day. Oh, technically there's three. There isn't another person that you don't play.
Yeah.
in one of the maps. You find a note from her,
Mm.
and she has memory retention.
Right.
Everyone else doesn't have it.
Okay. So what type of game is it? Just so anyone who's never played Deathloop, I think we've already explained it in the podcast because we have talked about it. But
Well,
just
it's kind of
to
like a Groundhog Day where you got to kind of
so like
kill the eight vision. There's 8 people that need to die in one day for the loop to break.
okay. I'll help everyone with this. It's a first-person stealth with shooting elements.
Yeah, unless you want to play PvP, where you can play as Julia, and then you've got to stop
The main
guy that
character,
you're playing,
Colt.
the main Colt. Yeah, Colt. She wants to protect the loop. He wants to break it, but he doesn't know why because he has amnesia.
Yeah,
He just knows he wants to break the loop. He doesn't remember why. He just knows he wants to wakes up on the beach and knows he wants to break the loop. Every day.
Yeah, every day. Every day there's been going on.
And you learn. There's 4 separate areas, and you choose whichever you want to go to for each time period. Because there's 4 days, 4 map, and 4 times a day. Because you got your morning, your noon, your afternoon, and your evening.
Yeah.
And certain places are locked at certain times.
And
you have to figure out who's got where.
Yeah, and if we've got this, certain people available at certain times, and certain events happen at certain times.
Well, for the final loop, you need to go to Harriet in the morning and set up Franklin's death.
So who are these people, by the way? You're naming these people. Who's Harriet and Franklin? And
they're 2 of the 8 visionaries.
Visionaries, right? Yeah. So basically the people who are maintaining this loop initially for science, and then just because they can.
Yeah. And the 8 visionaries all need to die in one day.
Yeah, it's the weird fail-safe is that everyone who's set up the project needs to all die.
Be killed.
To break it.
Well, Harriet's in the church, so you shoot her in the church, and you set the fireworks to explode on Franklin in the evening. When he goes to do the firework display, he blows himself up. You then at lunchtime, go and kill the lovers in this dungeon.
So you're noticing, by the way, audience, that this is a sort of an extreme puzzle. This is not something that you figure out immediately, which is the point.
This took me like 40 hours to figure out. Kill the couple inside the thingy map where the artist is, in her map, and they're in a chamber together, and you got to drown them, basically.
Yeah.
Then that's 2, that's 3. Then afternoon, you basically don't do much. You just set up some bits and pieces. No one dies.
You've already killed half the visionaries at this point, but you know.
You've got to set up something up, but none of them can die, really. And then finally, you kill all 3 at the same time at the party. You have to set it up so all 3 die at the party. To get one of them there, you need to trick 2-Bit into betraying Charlie.
Like I say, you would need to play the game to know who all these people are. Their sort of names. They all work on various functions of this project.
Yeah.
And because Colt is head of security, which is very funny to play at that point, that you are the head of security designed to break the loop, which is your job to maintain.
Yep, and it's why Julia kind of thing is. Julia's just pissed off with you and wants to kill you over and over again.
Oh yeah, and I've read to the end of the game. I understand why. We'll keep that.
Yeah.
That one is very spoilerific, so.
I find 2-Bit funny. It's the game designer.
Yes.
In that level, it's part of his brain that he put in a jar to make sure he's got someone to talk to.
Right, I didn't get too far enough in Deathloop. I enjoyed it, but I just didn't have the time to try and mentally figure out the correct way to complete it all.
Well, Charlie is the guy that's in across the bridge in
Mm.
the where the library is.
Right.
And you enter a room with a brain in a jar.
Mm.
That's 2-bit. You need to convince 2-bit to play along with your game to get Charlie killed.
Fair enough.
Partly. Well, no, that's to get to Alex to get to the party, the scientist.
Mm.
Then you kill the scientist, the head creator, the one with the massive ego, and the wolf guy that tries to eat because he has a wolf party that you attend. Everyone wears wolf masks and they're all meant to kill each other.
Very weird.
Well, kind of like it's got that weird sort of like in the background sense of humor. It's not as weird as We're Happy Few though.
Yeah. Oh well.
But it's on those lines.
Yeah. So it definitely sounds like with the fact that you played through it, you enjoyed it. You enjoyed it more. I enjoyed what little I played of it. It's just unfortunately I've got a very short attention span these days. Not anyone else's fault, purely mine. But that's how that works. Right, Steph. Option
Yes.
1.
We were here.
We Were Here. Now, We Were Here is not a game of 2022, but it is certainly a game that we played during, or a game that was played during our. Oh man, I've just realised video's a bit off. There we go. Should probably bring it on, so I'm not seeing a freeze frame of us because I load up. What's it called? So, We Were Here was a game that came out on the 3rd of February 2017.
You have all the background knowledge for this, right?
Developed by Total Mayhem Games and TMG Studios, and was also published by them. So you played this on
Yes.
the Spooktober event that we had this year
Yes.
with a partner. Who was that partner?
My partner in crime was Duncan.
It was.
And Duncan was very scared.
Duncan
Well-
was very scared.
I know my Spooktober was what was it? Resident Evil Revelation 2.
Yes, and one of mine was mine was my choice, one of my choices. But what was We Were Here, Steph?
It's an escape room puzzle game.
Steph loves
Where-
escape rooms, so of course
I
this one
just
would work.
prefer pure chaos that comes out of them, especially in the game, like a virtual game version of it.
Yeah, because this one was pretty. This one is sort of. I like the whole idea. This is unique. There's been other escape room games that have come out recently. There's one called Escape Academy, which is a 1/2 player escape room game, with the idea being that you can see your partner and what they're doing at the same time as you, which you can't do in We Were Here because
You're not even in the same room.
yeah,
You're part of the goddamn castle.
yeah.
So you got to help each other get through the puzzle room.
Correct, because it's basically the idea is that they have a walkie-talkie, which you use your
Okay.
mic to communicate with each other.
That actually sounds quite fun. I'm playing that.
There's a whole series of them, but
Mhm.
Steph and Duncan played the first one. What was your favourite puzzle in it, or which one do you feel was the most chaotic? Because like you said, you like chaos.
The last bit where you had to do the puppet show, the silhouette show, and all I heard from Duncan was, "There's something flying at me, and look, it." I can't do it.
Steph's dying as he's going. So hold on. So there was a puzzle where you had to recreate a puppet show.
Yeah, basically, you get told. Well, Duncan gets told the scene, and then I had to wheel out the right silhouettes out.
Oh, I think I may have caught this when I was actually looking at the stream. I did
Yes.
see you like stood next to some buttons and stuff.
No one else got to see that because you only saw from my side, but I got to see screenshots from what Duncan sent me.
Because I think I also saw something. I did come back into the room where someone's screen was getting frozen while playing chess.
Oh, that was me. I was getting frozen to death.
Was that because you were basically outside then?
Yep. They did not like me, and they left me outside to get frozen.
Wow. Wow. I do remember at the end of this game as well, you had to make a choice.
Yep. I think I let Duncan go.
Yeah, they are. You go through all the puzzles, and you have one
Only one
last
can go.
choice. You have to you can either escape or let your partner escape. The other stays in the castle to
Play the
die.
next game.
Play the next game. Is that just how it was?
Let the games.
That's what happened in my mind, anyway.
So with that, is there a chance that you and Duncan may bring back other We Were Here games? Because that one was free, wasn't it?
I have the rest.
Oh, you have the rest of them.
Yes. Shortly after playing it, I got the rest.
The rest of the collection, the other three.
I got all the DLC.
There's like We Were Here 2, We Were Here Together, and We Were Here Forever.
Yep.
Oh, I've got. Oh, that's We Happy Few. We've got We Are Here and We're Here Together.
Yeah.
And We Are Here too.
So you've got 3 of the 4. Well, at least I think there's 3 of the 4. I don't know. We Are
I
Here.
think there's only 3.
Well, you know what? Shall I go and do some internet sleuthing again while we do that, just to?
I can do it. I'm out of TFT now.
Ah, fair enough.
And the other thing that's in the Wii thing is We Happy Few.
Oh no, there is 4. We Were Here 2, We Were Here Together, We Were Here Forever.
I don't have Forever.
Yeah, I haven't got Forever
I think that might be because Forever came out
this year.
May this year.
In May.
Yeah. There we go.
So I can play 3 out of the 4 with you.
So that would work. Can always do that. Maybe for those that want to do it for Spooktober again, because the reason they did it is because it has spooky elements.
By the way, I love the fact I can buy the game for £15, or I can buy the bundle and just get the game for £10 because it's the only thing that comes in the bundle for me. Because I own the rest of them.
Lovely. Lovely. Brilliant.
I'll buy it for £10.
So there we go. Right, so that's 2 down. Right, now for my first choice of the 2. And it's funny you mentioned about Spooktober, because both my choices I played during Spooktober.
God, it's never.
It's what?
Carry on, man.
Well, I don't know. Which one did you think I was going to say?
Nope. Carry on.
Immortality.
See, it's never ended.
Immortality. The game produced by Sam Barlow and Half Mermaid Games. He says as he just double checks and makes sure he can confirm it. Yeah, Sam Barlow and Half Mermaid, and published by Half Mermaid, and also Netflix. Yes, Immortality recently basically had an update that means it's available everywhere, including Netflix games. So if you've got a tablet device or a phone and you run Netflix on it, you can play Immortality on there. And you know what? It would place you in a more intimate room to watch the boobs and blood.
I know the
Because
only thing I knew that Netflix did with that kind of stuff was interactive, was like the interactive Minecraft stories.
Nope. This is the thing. Netflix haven't advertised it very well, but they have Netflix games. You can play a Stranger Things game.
No, they only advertise it good if you go on the app on your phone.
Yeah, there is a section on Netflix that says games.
As you go, and then just in between as you're scrolling down your columns, there is a game column that appears.
So yeah,
it's literally just mobile phone. So if you only use it on PCs and that, you'll never see it.
Yeah,
it is only through their app.
Probably why I don't see
advertisement.
Because I don't play it on my. I only watch it on my second monitor over here.
So you won't get it on there. It's only for tablets and tablets and phones. But yeah, Immortality is one of the games that is on Netflix games. But I played it on PC on Game Pass and for Spooktober, and What an experience. It was an experience. I will give you that right now. I enjoyed her story, and I also enjoyed telling lies. I played her story on my own. We as a group played a bit of telling lies, but I played a lot of it offline myself as well. We got to a point where me, Steph, Duncan, and Andrea played telling lies for play sessions, and then stopped when we realised there was a solitaire minigame, and we did an April Fool's episode where we played solitaire in telling lies, and we got screwed over by the game because it was missing an ace. But no, it was missing a king. Inside the program, there's a random chance, or it's like, there's only a random chance that you can win the solitaire game in telling lies, and you get an achievement for doing so. Otherwise, you try and play solitaire in the game, and the deck will be missing a king, so you can't complete the game.
Fair enough.
It's like all the cards are on there, they're in the piles, and it'll just be King of Hearts, King of Diamonds, King of Clubs, Queen of Spades, and it's like, where's the king? But Immortality is the same as those games in the vein of this sort of storytelling by investigation. Though you just get given a key point. In her story, it was basically the keyword murder. Which, you had to find the case of what happened to a woman's husband who went missing, and then later you find, murdered through 5 interviews and with limited keyword searching, i.e. in the idea that you could search for something but will only give you the first 5 clips that contain that word. So if you want to know more, you'd need to be more specific, or you'd need to find more words, or do anything like that. Telling lies does the same, but increased in scope. So you weren't just following 5 interviews, you were finding like 2 years of surveillance footage in order to do something. In Immortality, you get video clips instead. You've got a video editing machine to try and solve the question of what happened to the actress Maria Marcel through reconstructing 3 never-released movies. And instead of keyword searches, you used match cuts instead. I'm sending Dee to sleep.
Don't worry about it.
Wow. I tried to show some excitement here, and everyone just goes, But, yeah. So the idea is that, for example, you could watch the first film, Ambrosio, which was a film about a monk who gets tempted by the devil in regards to relationships, and there's boobs.
Of course.
It's raunchy. But say you could go on there and one of the characters may pick up an apple. You can pause the clip there and then, click on the apple, and it will take you to another clip that contains an apple.
Okay.
And the idea is that you start piecing together the plots of these films, because you don't just look at the film itself. You look at behind the scenes shots, interviews, table reads, rehearsals, but all in one of 2 orders, because you can set it how it is, either in shooting order or plot order. And you reconstruct those films. And then things go crazy. Because you'll search for a clip and it tells you, there's a tutorial. It basically shows, it's like, here's how you look at a clip, here's how you pause, here's how you match cut, and most importantly, here's how you rewind.
Right.
And there's a reason for that. In the game's many content warnings, alcohol abuse, drug abuse, sex, violence, stabbing, suicide, death by shooting, suffocation, and stabbing. It specifically says there are points where there could be sudden jump cuts and sound cues. And it's
already.
Yeah, it's definitely advised that you use a controller. Because of 2 things. One, you can hear the sound cues. There'll be like a weird drone sound effect, which doesn't sound right, or doesn't sound in place of the scene. So, for example, Marissa Marcel's character is just walking down a corridor, and she sees a table, and she picks up an apple, and there's nothing going on. It's just a normal conversation. Then suddenly you hear, "Bwom, bwom, bwom." And if you rewind, you get an entirely different scene. The actress Marissa Marcel is now being replaced by a short blonde-haired woman who is not her, and the woman that was next to her is now replaced with a short blonde-haired male-looking person and female-looking person. They're androgynous. They're not defined as having genders, and the characters themselves are called the one and the other. So, take that into account. And there's a completely different sub-story going on there. So there's these reversed clips that happen, there's these clips that you're trying to find, and overall you're still trying to answer this simple question of where the hell did the actress go? You find out by the end. Trust me, because the game, like the other two games before, it has a sort of completion percentage, which rather than finding a certain amount of clips like you would in the other two games, you have to find certain key clips to go through. But it's a really cool story. I actually enjoy it. I like these games. There are dissenters who complain about sort of the idea that they're not a game because no failure state, and there's no interactivity. You're just watching a chop change interactive film. It's like, yep, there's the point. You're watching a chop and change interactive film. The key word,
interactive.
Thank you. I really enjoy it. I've still got a lot of clips to go back and find, but
I wonder if the person that designed it likes Tarantino.
Sam Barlow likes these creative sort of things. I guess it wouldn't be Quentin Tarantino. It'd be more David Lynch. With the whole idea of rewinding footage to get new footage is straight out of Twin Peaks. And
okay.
Sam Barlow wrote on one of the Silent Hill games as well. Particularly, it was Silent Hill Shattered Memories. So knows that sort of idea, but it also looks into the deepest, dark, unfortunate parts of Hollywood, i.e., the exploitation movement and treating women like objects movement, and it shows, but it shows in sort of the characters of Marissa and of the One. Without saying too much about the whole story, it just shows how they deal with that. So, yeah. Oh, the other reason the pad, by the way, vibrations. When sound doesn't happen, vibrations happen, and either one of them cause the crazy clips. So, take into account. But I would really suggest Immortality if you want a little bit of different storytelling. So,
is that on Game Pass, or is that?
That is on Game Pass, and like I say, it's also on Netflix games as well. So, but yeah, definitely give it a try. Right, D. We've got about 10 minutes to go, so we've got a couple of games left. So, what is your second game?
Well, I know it came out this year, and I'm just going to do what I know that came out this year.
Okay.
I played quite a lot of Dreamlight Valley, even though it's kind of buggy in early access.
Disney Dreamlight Valley. Developed by Gameloft and published by Gameloft, and available pretty much everywhere: Switch, PlayStation 5, PS4, Xbox One, and PC, along with the Xbox Series consoles.
I quite like those games where you just sit down and craft and stuff. It's quite mellow in that respect.
I've heard this being described as basically Disney Animal Crossing. How close to that would you say it is?
Can't say I've really played Animal Crossing, but it's quite like Stardew Valley kind of deal.
Vanguard. Someone who's played both, it's Vanguard.
Ah, there we go.
Yeah, I know it's got a fair share of bugs, like it crashing and just things not quite working right.
Oh, I've seen a very particular bug. I did see a Twitch clip of a member of Loading Ready Run. I believe it would have been Heather from Loading Ready Run, their like video editor and content manager, and also on-screen talent. It was she was in a stream. She was picking up a special item that was between a chair and a door, and then Mickey Mouse walked in, sat on the chair, blocking her in the corner of the of the room, Sims style.
Yeah, well, I haven't played any of the newer. If there's more updates and stuff, I heard a few more. Like, can tell where they haven't really expanded into yet. Like near the end, like hour 40, 50 into the game. Well, by that point, you start to get into the end areas because you've got to unlock it bit by bit.
Yeah.
With the whole nightmare thing. Everyone's lost their memories,
Right.
and you have to get them back one by one.
Oh, what a title! So the instance of them all losing their memories is known as the forgetting.
Yes, and the plants in there are called the Forgotten.
Right.
So it's all about jogging people's memories and build farming, getting gems, crafting to get them items that they need to jog their memory along and to give them reputation with them every day.
Right.
To gain their friendship level to unlock the next characters.
Okay. But then what you tell me that sort of other than that you're sort of free to do
whatever you want
whatever
during
you
the day. But then you've got like, depending on the character, it depends on what kind of things happen.
Right.
Because you also, because as you've got each character, you can have them follow you around, and they'll gain you extra gathering, extra mining, basically extra resources like fishing and stuff.
Yeah.
One of the fight, because you have quote unquote magical items. A magical pickaxe. A magical pickaxe.
Yeah.
A magical axe. A magical fishing rod.
Okay.
A magical pair of gloves.
Fair enough.
It's quite relaxing in that kind of respect. You know, because it's not got the stress of timed things or anything. It's just unlocking it bit by bit, getting the resources together, get your cooking together, go to different worlds, get the different characters.
Yeah.
The hardest ones you can level up though is Ursula and Ariel.
Right. So something that makes them harder than the rest?
They can't walk around.
Well, actually, you know what, yeah.
Why can't Ursula walk around?
Ursula, well, you can get Ariel to walk around in the end, but she still can't follow you.
And why can't Ursula walk around? She does have... Hold on.
She has octopus. She's octopus.
She only stays in water for some reason.
She
was trapped in a water cave for like 50 years. Because it's the forgetting is you as it turns out it was you as a child. You're the king, and you forgot all about their realm.
Of course.
And then you go back home, and Merlin's the last one that hasn't forgotten quite everything yet.
Right.
So you start with Merlin. That gets you to Mickey Mouse and Scrooge McDuck and to Goofy. Scrooge wants to buy everything and tells you wants to spend, can collect gold, and that's for Scrooge mostly to upgrade everything. No, to buy different houses and upgrade everyone's things.
Yeah.
He goes, Goofy's dumb enough. Sell him all your shit. Give me all the gold.
How dare.
That's basically Scrooge's thing.
Oh, yeah.
Goofy's gullible and will buy pretty much anything. But all he wants to do is
why people made crack farms on that game, which are just carrot farms.
Yeah.
They only take 15 minutes, and you can get like 40 gold.
You can gold farm. Here's a question: Can you
Keep
gold
it
farm
from the
quicker in
starting
Guild
area.
Wars or Dreamlight Valley?
Dreamlight Valley by
Dreamlight.
far.
All right, fair enough.
I can gain 100k in Dreamlight every hour.
All right, fair enough.
But yeah, I know they're starting to. I think they've just introduced Simba coming in now.
Sorry.
Because I've got 23 out of 23 at one point.
Mhm.
I had everything done, and now they've released stuff, and I don't know if to play it again. There's a lot of glitchy points though with like the mining and stuff.
Such as the risk of early access, though. That's just sort of
And
how it
it's
is. But as long as
and
it
it'll
gets
kinda-
fixed, then
it's the way it crashes and stuff, and the
Mm.
menus spaz out. It's like, I want you to do this. It's like at this point, I was trying to do something, and I needed Eric, and I teleported. Eric didn't come with me, and I'm like, I need Eric.
that
I
sounds
need
like,
Eric to. I need Eric.
that sounds like
I need
that.
Eric. Damn it.
That does sound like boogie. But hey, like I say, we'll see how it goes. It's nice to see it was one of your favourite games you played this year.
I like it because it's like Stardew and my time at Porsche.
Just-
It's relaxing.
Yeah, fair enough. That's just how it works. Right,
It's a relaxing crafty game.
yeah. Right, Steph, you get to close us out.
Yeah.
What's your last game?
All you can eat.
All you can eat. Now, I had trouble finding this initially when we were sorting.
I'm so. 'Cause you kept saying it
sorting
was
out. I kept saying
Overcooked.
it's the only thing that was coming up on the stream was Overcooked All You Can Eat, which came out in 10th of November 2020 and is on every console. But no, this is All You Can Eat, the game which came out on the 13th of July 2017, published and developed by GameChuck. So, Steph, what is All You Can Eat?
It's basically a comic story.
Yeah.
You're a character who found a 24/7 diner that did an all-you-can-eat ticket. You bought the all-you-can-eat ticket and then never left.
I just love the blurb from this, by the way, as well. Take control of a modern hero of our time. A man so lazy he decided to quit his job and spend his life inside an all-you-can-eat diner. And I love some of the features. Plot takes a dark turn when a CEO of a mega slimy corporation and the mayor of whatever team up to do some evil. Can you stop them? And more importantly, do you even care?
Nope.
Playtime, 30 minutes of your life you're never getting back.
Yep.
So,
You know something? Story-wise, I think it's really good.
mhm.
The length of the play and that, it's probably a bad game. You go by that length.
Yeah,
Because
well, I mean, let's have a look at this. What's the price of it, Steph? What's this? £1.50 am I seeing?
yes.
Fair enough.
I'm a cheap entertainment. I think there's a really good thing when you play it, you get options
Mm-hmm.
like you do in most games like this. It's like a Telltale game,
Yeah.
almost.
So you get options,
You
and
get
you'll
two
know the
options.
consequences when the choices are made, or
Yeah.
later on. Yeah.
So a lot of time, and it's the one thing I didn't like about the game, but it still works out pretty fine.
Right.
Is no matter what, your story will almost be the same.
Okay.
Apart from you may go to certain places.
So hold on. It suffers from Mass Effect syndrome.
Yes.
Okay. It's not necessarily a bad thing, but it's not necessarily the best. But you've enjoyed it, so you're talking about it, so it's something that you've got over.
I enjoyed it for one of the things that it actually does for when you complete the game.
Yeah.
And when you complete the game,
Mhm.
it actually makes it printable for you to print out your story.
Wait, whoa, hold on. You get to print out the comic book that you've just played over the past half an hour.
Yep.
Okay, that's actually cool. I like that. I mean, it's similar to it's like that is basically the comic book equivalent of playing through a Jackbox Party Pack game, designing a shirt together, and buying the shirt. Which
Yes.
me and Duncan did. We bought our personality shirts from a game of role models.
That's because that's what you are.
What, role models, or just the personalities on the shirts?
Personalities on the shirts.
Okay,
Why
fair
would you
enough.
do anything else?
Fair enough.
Man,
I
think
did
too
see.
much.
So I did see something in your all-you-can-eat game which would, entertain me. It's got developer commentary.
Yes. It does.
Oh. Right, you know
Yeah,
what? It's
it's
£1.50. I feel I should probably get this at some point. So, were there any particular scenarios? If you want to consider, and I said I might be sort of interested in it, that
I like it when
spoiler
you go
free.
back home.
Right. Okay.
When you go back to your house.
Okay.
No, the house you don't technically have anymore because you never paid rent or anything.
Oh, is that the bit that I'm seeing in the? Is that the bit that I'm seeing in the teaser trailer where it says like foreclosure imminent?
Oh no, someone else lives there.
Oh. Wow. I realize this is a guy that looks like a banana. So which one are you, by the way, in this as the hero? Are you this guy with the black hair, like a small nose, looks like you're balding on some parts? Yeah,
Can you have a look?
it looks like it.
I think it is.
His shirt looks like one of those jelly donuts from Pokemon.
Yes, that would be you.
It's not a jelly donut, it's
Like,
a rice
like
cake.
just a black. It's just like a black square on your chest.
Yeah.
Yeah. That would be your character.
Fair enough. Right, well that's that's our first set of games.
Christmas edition.
Christmas edition, yeah. So thank you
La la
for
la la.
oh god. So thanks to Steph and Dee for joining me for like 40 minutes to talk that. Next time there'll be another two people joining me, and as it's past the new year, it'll be the first podcast of January.
Oh god, they get the New Year slot.
They get
Well,
the
we
New
just
Year
not
slot.
liver.
No, you got the post-Christmas slot. You're the ones who's still got a functioning liver. So,
I'll see about that.
Yeah. So take that into account. Right, anyway, thanks for watching or listening to this. Remember you can check us out at Immaterial Gamers. At Immaterial Gamers YT on YouTube. Or all our podcasts are available in audio format. You can check us out on the Twitch at twitch.tv/immaterialgamers. Where there's follower goals and where we stream most of the time, with varieties leaning towards RPGs and party games. That's the channel. That's the description. That's something that can be said to all the graphics designers out there in the world, so they know ahead of time. And no commissions. Sorry, can't afford it. And we've also got someone in house. We've got plenty of people in house. We just need time. So yeah, we will catch you next time. And in a couple of weeks' time, we'll be back on the live podcast train. So, yeah. Right.
Bar humbug, everybody.
Bar humbug, everybody. Merry Fulmas and a crummy New Year. I mean, Happy New Year. See you later.
Later.
Bye.